Hello, welcome back to question 2. The sponsors have slipped into the front page again. Standard. Well done, Grays Hockey. Okay, so we're on to question 2. We're using the global adult literacy from the preliminary material. So it says some members of UNESCO suggested that the data had not been presented well. Give one reason why they might suggest this with figure 1. So let's have a look at figure 1. Oh, lovely. So that should really scream out at you. The first thing, you can't see a lot in Central Asia, so can't see a lot there. You can't work out the values very accurately, so they're not accurate values. They're too close together, and they overlap. So for example, in here and here, you just can't make anything out. And then the use of shapes. Use of shapes makes this inaccurate. How do I spell inaccurate? And then we'll just put accurate in. Okay, so that's a pretty shoddy graph, really. I think that's only 1 mark, so there's plenty of reasons there. Give one reason why they might suggest this to table 1. So table 1 for me is a mix of percentages and numbers. Okay, and that's confusing, though, of course, you kind of need, I'd like to know that as a percentage, but it just is what it is. Some data also isn't there, so the total male illiterate population, but yeah, you can add that in as well. Right, question 2b. 2 statements below were made on an online forum discussing adult literacy rates. Critically analyze these 2 statements. So for this one, there's 4 marks here and there's 2 marks here. You'd think it's a 3-3 split, but having checked the mark scheme, this is 4 and 2. So for Paul, he says the number of illiterate adults in the world in 2012 reached nearly 4.2 billion. So we know that the literacy rate is 84.3%. So the illiteracy, and that's ironic that I can't really spell that with confidence, is 100. Take away that. So that's going to be 5.7%. And the reason why that's important is because we've been given the 781 million. So 15.7, oh dear, 15.7% equals 78 million. So if I had the total population multiplied by 0.157, I'd get 781 mil. Therefore, 781 over 0.157 will tell me the total population. And then if we multiply by 0.843, that will tell me how many people are the literate adults. So let's get this done. 781, calculator, switch on. 781 divided by 0.157 and then multiply by 0.843. And the value I've got out there is 4193.522 million, which is 4.194 billion. Now, if we round that to 1 decimal place, we get 4.2 billion. So there is evidence to suggest Paul is correct. So we're just using the data that we've been given to see if we can prove if he's right or wrong. We'll do the same thing now for RENA. So Central Asia has made the greatest progress in improving adult literacy over the past 2 decades. Now, the first thing I see is, in the key, there are no data points that are 20 years apart. So actually, we can't really calculate this. So for RENA, it's near impossible to calculate this, as no data points are 20 years apart. And then I'm also going to say, look, if you can see these values here, they've made much more progress, it would appear. So other regions may have made more progress. Okay. And that's it. That's question 2 done. So with this critical analysis, do stick with it. You're looking at things, you're trying to prove if people are right or wrong, spotting errors in working. I'm sure you're going to do absolutely fabulous. That's question 2 done. And I'll see you at question 3 for your selected papers.